today's video about alpha keto-glutaric acid. It is not so much important supplement, but I think this information can be useful. It can be used for us. So we will talk about so-called alpha keto-glutaric acid, or AKG, and its role in lifespan and in health span extension. First, I want to express my opinion on its mechanism, how it works. So the AKG is a part of so-called citric acid cycle, or Krebs cycle, wherein glucose, fatty acids, amino acids get oxidized and with production of energy in the form of ATP molecules. It was discovered that under resistant exercises, concentration of the AKG in blood is increasing. We know that resistant exercises increase lean muscle mass and turn the body to fat burning due to high thermogenesis of the muscle. Muscles are taking more energy to sustain, and then they produce more heat and burn fat more intensively. So interesting enough that AKG seems to be a signal molecule, and the increased concentration of AKG in blood imitates resistance exercises. Therefore, supplement of AKG are popular and were long in use in bodybuilding society. So it is, you see, so if we go to resistant training, pushing weights or some very high intensity exercises, then AKG, level of AKG in blood is increasing, and vice versa. If level of AKG is increasing, the impact is the same like we go for this resistance training. So this was it, or you can combine actually. With higher lean muscle mass and a lower mass of adipose tissue, some positive changes can be achieved. It is a longer health span, that is higher mobility in older age, higher endurance, and better blood circulation, delayed in the development of the aging phenotypes, such as skin wrinkles and hair graying. We discussed already in the previous video that senescent, or so-called zombie cells, appear mostly in the adipose tissue. With lower mass of the adipose tissue, the number of the senescent cells is fewer. Eventually, it leads to some lifespan extension. Yeah, it's obvious, because these fewer senescent or zombie cells, they secrete less of these toxic substances, and then number of senescent cells is increasing, but not so quick. So we are getting some delay of aging in the extension of the lifespan. So AKG also turns into succinates, and higher concentration of the succinates leads to higher DNA demethylation rate and shows up as younger biological age, measured by the rate of the DNA methylation if the person takes the AKG supplement. So you see that now there is a technique to measure biological age by the rate of DNA methylation rate. But if we consume AKG, it turns to the succinates, and then the succinate they has such properties that they demethylate DNA. They take the CH3 groups from DNA, and then we with this technique we measure some ridiculous, like 30 years rejuvenation after 1 year of AKG supplements. It is of course not real. It is not real. So real rejuvenation or real life extension will be not 30 years, but yet it has some positive impact, because it reduces the level of inflammation in the body. There are some, but not so many, publications on the role of the AKG in health span and lifespan extension. I made short review, and you can download and read it if interested, because otherwise the presentation will be too long. I got such opinion that supplements of AKG can be added in amount to up to 2 grams a day, and can be combined with metformin or berberine. So you take metformin, or you take berberine, or you take both, then it can be combined not only with vitamin B3, but also with this AKG supplement. So we know already that metformin is the first official anti-aging drug, but it has some side effects, and therefore its dosage can be reduced to 500 milligram once a day, as I take it before the bedtime, once a day, half gram. While at morning a dose of berberine in amount of at least 500 milligram, but not greater than 5 gram can be used. So I would order already berberine, I will try, and I will report about my impression. Both metformin and berberine have to be combined, as I said, with supplements of vitamin B3 and vitamin B12, as this is a must, you have to do it. And we also may consider this AKG to add this to some cream or lotion for topical applications, for skin or for hair. Next, I want to discuss the role of microbiome. We know that metformin, just a moment. We know that metformin and berberine change the microbiome. Both increase volume of the useful bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, vitamins, and molecular hydrogen. Additionally, berberine is an antibacterial remedy and may reduce number of harmful bacteria that produce toxins and ammonia. So this is traditional use of the berberine. And I proposed previously to increase the amount of beneficial bacteria by consuming resistant starch. Indeed, we can get up to 15% of energy from the microbiome while consuming up to 60 grams of resistant starch a day. Supplements of the AKG may accelerate oxidation of resistant starch and enhance production of the beneficial metabolites in the thick intestine, while further concentration of the glucose will be reduced. So it is AKG work together with berberine or with metformin and improves the impact. So it has to be combined. And okay, as I said, we discussed last time berberine. I ordered it from China, from AliExpress. It's not for advertisement. I didn't get it yet. I don't know what is the quality. Sometimes with supplies from China, you are getting something strange. Like recently, I ordered and paid, and I got this 5-HTP substance, which is actually good for sleeping, good for mood. And I ran out of the pills, and I ordered the powder. I tried to use it. Yes, it is before bedtime. It works quite well. But what is interesting, before I ordered some melatonin powder from other supplier, and this substance, which they call 5-HTP, and the substance which I got as melatonin, it is almost the same. The test and the impact almost the same. This provider, this supplier works better. I asked them, "Are you really sure it is 5-HTP, not melatonin?" But they said, "No, it is 5-HTP." But then is it a good question to another supplier? What did they supply to me? Melatonin or 5-HTP? I don't know. Okay, actually. Okay, and sometimes it is ridiculous. They supply like powder of coffee and extract instead of some extract. So be careful when you order from China. But if I get it, I order a small amount, and then I check the quality, and then I may order a larger. I already was telling last time about such person like Tom Benton. He's a professional investor. In his younger age, he managed to get some money and from invention, and then he founded some company, got a loan, invested this loan, and got some money from this. And then all his time he was investing, organizing new companies in area of medical care, and now he organized company which produce so-called Rejuvenant. This is calcium salt of alpha Keto-Glutaric monohydrate acid. It's actually, and not so many people buy it, but he made the test on himself and his family, so it is good. He honestly tried it. and they used it for at least a year, and then by measurements of DNA methylation rate, they measured that they got some difference between calendar age and biological age measured with these substances, like 34 years difference. It is ridiculous. Of course, it is again not corresponds to real rejuvenation, but it is some trick. But yet it is it makes some impact. For example, he present the results of his blood test, and after 6 months of the use of this supplement, Rejuven, his blood improved, and I cannot say he looks very healthy. He is certainly obese, and well, I cannot say that he looks much younger his age, but yet it makes some positive impact. It makes some positive impact, and the same measurements were done for some volunteers, and in average they measured 12 years change in biological age. But again, these measurements of biological age may be not correct, because this, as I said, and I will repeat it again, so it is maybe it is just some trick. So alpha keto-glutaric acid, this is, you see the acid with 2 OH groups, quite simple substance, and our body produces from amino acid glutamine. This is glutamine. It can be produced from this, or also we have to mind that this keto-glutaric acid, it is get converted in the Krebs cycle, in the citric acid cycle, to succinate. Succinate is has such properties. This is succinic acid, and when in a larger amount in blood and inside the cell, it leads to hypermethylation. So it is sucking methyl groups, CH3 groups from DNA, and also it has some positive impact. More gamma aminobutyric acid can be produced, and this is so-called GABA or GABA. GABA, such substance, it is the mediator in our brain, and it calms down us and helps to sleep. I used to buy it. Now I don't think it is useful much, because this GABA can be produced in guts if you consume this resistant starch also. Okay, then just few pictures that how it goes. Glucose gets to our cells, and first it gets converted to pyruvate, 2 molecules of pyruvate, and pyruvate gets to mitochondria, and in Krebs cycle, it is burning and producing ATP molecules. So this is the chemical reactions which are involved in the process, and 28 molecules of APG can be generated from burning of 1 molecule of glucose. Okay, why I was interested in this combination of berberine and AKG? Because there was this year patent application, and from Bach Institute for Research on Aging, and this is a private organization, not government institution, and they applied for such patent, and this patent includes combination of berberine, AKG, and vitamin A. Actually, in the description you can find some what else combination can be used, how to take it, blah, blah, blah. So it's actually can be used like berberine together with alpha keto-glutarate. Yes, keto-glutarate is salts of keto-glutaric acid. And or otherwise it can be used like alpha keto-glutarate together with metformin. Such combination can be used. Yes. And together additional improvement can be obtained if you take vitamin A or quercetin and nicotinamide mononucleotide or other forms of vitamin B3. So this combination of these active components seems to work and seems to give some extension of lifespan. Okay, I will just go a little bit, so you can read these publications on ATG. What was measured, that people were given supplements of AKG to mice, and what happened, that mice got a little bit, not so big, but some extension of longevity, and but more than longevity, health span. So it is health span, the physical strength, the lean muscle mass increased, amount of adipose tissue reduced, so then considerably reduced. So, and what is interesting also, the hair were not graying, and they were more stable. So again, so it has some positive impact. So I believe that, okay, you can read this review I made. And again, just it is not so important substance. We know that what is important to take, it is the metformin. It is official anti-aging drug together with vitamin B3. This is combination is just must. You should take it. Maybe instead of metformin, to use berberine sometimes, like I'm going to use metformin at the evening and at morning, and don't like side effects, adverse effects. So I will use berberine. I will try to use berberine instead. Berberine has less side effects, and also you can combine it with resistant starch, with fasting, intermittent fasting, resistant training, and also this AKG seems to be helpful. And if I can find some cheap and reliable supplier, I will order it. So up to 2 grams of AKG per day, it can help. It can help because, as I said, it gives us the same impact as resistance training. So instead of resistance training, or together with resistance training, you take AKG supplement, and then you have larger muscle mass. You burn in fat more intensively, and then your amount of your adipose tissue is decreasing, and you feel yourself more energetic, more helpful, more healthy, and certainly your life quality would be improved. Okay, I'm not medical advisor, I'm not medical specialist, so this research what I do, it is for myself, to extend my own life and to have a higher quality of life. So, well, you can follow, but it is, again, it's not my responsibility. Okay, if you was patient enough to watch this video, and thank you, subscribe, put likes, comment, and share information. I always appreciate your support if you do it. And again, I am seeking for some very simple way to extend lifespan and health span. And gradually it goes. I think as such, I believe that I save time and money by using this ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting, and also I use this combination of the supplements, and I feel quite better, much better, and so altogether I think it is helpful. I cannot say yet is it really my rejuvenation, because I have to work more on skin rejuvenation, because appearance is very much important also, not only what you're feeling inside, but endurance, at least the endurance is very high. Sometimes I go bicycle more than 100 kilometers a day, and I feel tired, of course, but it is yet okay for me. And I'm swimming, maybe not every day, but 3 times a week, or maybe more. Yeah, so okay, so if you follow me, okay, it is your responsibility. You have to find what works for me. We are different, for people different, so what works for me maybe will not work for you. But it took me quite long to find some optimal combinations, and I try this and that, and this. Now again, my plans are to take berberine, and further, if I will find a good supplier, I will try this AKG supplements also. That's all. Okay, have a wonderful day. Ciao.